I'm Mr.Animeclub, and you're watching Star and Glance, a series in which we look at both the upcoming season for anime and for this channel. Looking into this straight away, we can see that the season is filled to the very brim. Got the first season of My Hero Academia, Reborn as a Slime, second season part 2. Got Tokyo Revengers still ongoing, but as we scroll down, we see many new names come to pop up. Got Kobayashi Sanshino Maid Dragon S, which is airing this season, this part 2. We've got Tanteiwa Moshinderu, the detective's already dead. Comedy, drama, mystery for this season. Got Kanojo Mo Kanojo, which seems to be the trashy romance of the season. Looking at the start of it, protagonist Noya is the first year in high school. He asks Saki, a girl he's been in love with, and she agrees to be his girlfriend. He's currently on cloud 9, but then a beautiful girl named Nagisa comes up to Noya one day, tells him that she wants to go out with him. Noya feels himself wavering because Nagisa is such a good girl, and he comes to a decision. A new kind of rom-com from a rather unexpected decision is about to begin. As we can see already, that it seems to be very much based around a love triangle. So let's see how that one turns out. Got Shaman Kin, still ongoing from last season. And looking at some more new names, we've got Pakitachi in a remake. Hashbokyoya seems to very much be a anime where the protagonist regrets his life and restarts back at a previous era. In this case, it's college time. And fixing wrongs, going back in time, a better outlook on life. Seems to be very much what it revolves around to. And we've got Mahoko Koko no Itose, honest student at Magic High School. And it seems to be a spin-off from a regular Magic High School. This time based around his younger sister, Miyuki. And so, from what I remember from the manga, it seems to be based from her point of view rather than her brother's. And so you tend to get a different point of view in a lot of the events that happen. Then there's Momotaro Riverside, Peach Boy Riverside, based on the old Momotaro story from Japan. Old couple find the peach trailing down a river, crack open, there's a baby in there, as you do. And this anime is absolutely treating it as you do. As if it wasn't the only peach and that there were, in fact, many other peaches rolling down that river that day. Or rather, tumbling down a lot of rivers. Got 100 Man, no Inochi, no Ue, no Ore wa Tate, Iru. Seems to be an interesting one. Stand on Million Lives, Season 2. And so, got Eden Zero still ongoing. And seeing as many of these are still ongoing from last season, how about we go and check some of the anime that are literally just from this season, starting now. Of course, there's Genshitsu Shugi. It's already a few episodes in at this point. And seems to be a more grounded look at the whole isekai genre. Kazuya Soma is kind of nuking after providing the royal family in press service. And so he takes a very grounded approach, administrative reform rather, and fixing the country in a more realistic manner. I haven't actually read the light novel, so I don't have very much opinions on this. It's done by Jason Staff. Seems to be in fairly good hands. It doesn't seem like it'll be too high on action, even if it is partly action. I've got, of course, mentioned below some of these. And then we've got Vanitas no Karte, which seems to be a historical vampire. Doesn't seem to have, thankfully, any romance elements. This is a tale of vampire on the brink of extinction, 19th century France, where humans and vampires coexist. Yeah, it seems to very much follow that kind of trend. The main character is an airship in Paris, gets involved. It seems to have almost seems, just off this description here, seems to be kind of reminiscent of Bakano. Hopefully it will turn out even half as good if that's the case. It might end up being one to watch this season. Shinigami Bochan to Kuromedo. Seems cursed by a witch as a child. A young Drew kills every living thing he touches, yeah. And so, it seems to be another one for this season to watch. Looking at this summary right now, it seems to be rather reminiscent of Nagatoro. And maybe we'll see a sign actually worthwhile out of this anime. Definitely considering it. Another one by JC Staff this season. Seems to be very busy. Got Scarlet Nexus, Others seems to, even if there's no romance tag, just looking at this description, boy meets girl, boy has powers. So, rather, a lot of people have powers, it seems. Yeah. 2,000 years. Oh, year 2000. Sorry. Grotesque organism called Others have begun eating people. Take down this new enemy. The other suppression force is formed by this elite team as a child. Yeah, as we can see, it's dragging the two into becoming the protagonist. Damn. Jahi Samoa Kunai. See, oh, interesting. Silverlink, considering the work they did with ReZero, hopefully it'll be another great adaptation to a core season. Episode 1 doesn't even air until near the end of this month. Seems to be Demon Lord, or rather second in command to the Demon Lord, ends up messing up. Her destruction of a mana crystal ends up in our world, and now is stuck in a one-room apartment when you have to rent. Yeah, so it seems to be very familiar, reminiscent of The Devil is a Part-Timer, except with a cute girl. Slice of life, supernatural comedy, naturally, as you'd expect from a series where of reverse isekai. And then there's another isekai. There's a lot of isekai this season, as there was last season, and the season before that, and the season before that. Kinji, who lacks any kind of work ethic, is a layabout in his modern life. One day he finds himself transported to another world, but on a grand fancy of a hero, welcome with open arms, immediately shoved into a terrible job. So a lazy bastard is forced to stop being lazy. Damn, tough breaks. Then there's Megami Ryono Ryobokun. Never, his house burns down, even on the street. One day, cute older woman finds him. Lan Samwalk takes him to a women's college dormitory full of troublesome residents and asks him to be their dorm mother. Surrounded by older women. Oh, so Ada the anime this season. Yep. And then there's Isekai Cheat Magician, Yoriboshi no another. Oh, it seems to be episode 13 of a previously aired series. There's a death battle type anime. I haven't really heard of that studio before. Which is the other studio they're working with? Oh, Vague Entertainment. I haven't really heard much from either studio before. We've gotten one from Madhouse, Sunny Boy, and another one from Mappa. So yeah, seems like there's a lot on store. There's Higurashi no Nakakora ni Sotsu, Higurashi When They Cry, Bosco Sotsu, sequel to Go. Seems to be like finally the remake. Not the remake, sorry. The sequel to Higurashi Kai seems to be wrapping up. And so it's already a couple episodes in at this point. And so we'll see how that goes. The opening has been a banger so far, and I'll absolutely be making a video on it later. So stay tuned for that one. Kaizoku Ojo, Pirate Princess. Female Holdman remembers little about her childhood. Raised as a servant in a brothel, her life changed when she escapes to an island of pirates where she discovers the truth behind her family. With Fina being the only one able to unlock her family's secrets and a formidable crew of female pirates on her tails, she must take her place as captain of a samurai crew for a high seas adventure. Seems to be comfortable adventure, fairly grounded kind of story from Production IG. Another one to consider. There seems to be an anime for everyone this season. Like, we've got sports anime of this season, we've got historical adventure, we've got psychological horror. We've got a lot in stock this season, even the Love Live. And so there seems to be something for everyone to watch. And for those who like to dip their hands in a lot of genre pots, it seems like once again there'll probably be too many anime for you to watch. But let's hit some highlights. Now that we're done with overviewing this season, here's a proper introduction to this channel. There are a variety of series that use on Mr.Animeclub. The first you'll be familiar with, Starring Glance, is where we look at the upcoming season. From a brief overview to finding probable hidden gems and giving special attention to personal favourites. From there we will get First Look, a series which consists of first thoughts and opinions after the first couple episodes of a season. Then there's Depth View, which will consist of reviews conducted in a semi-unique style, which I'll go over in the first episode. Keep an eye out for it, as it should come out in a week's time. It will include anime that have aired in seasons past, and also 1 or 2 from this season when they've completed airing. Finally, there's Quick View. Short form reviews for those short on time. A basic brush over, sometimes a condensed version of Depth View, and then other times standalone. Speaking of highlights, Kobayashi Sanchi no Maid Dragon S is airing. Having brushed over early in this episode, we'll be paying special attention to it going forward in the season. Just going off the trailer alone, seems to very much have kept the same energy as the first season, a homely, comfortable, feel-good atmosphere as well as an attempt at rap. The introduction of a new character, Iluru, seems to cap off that trailer. Setting out the structure for this channel, first look for Kobayashi will come out sometime next week. So, there's turns here one more, Shinderu, aka The Detective's Already Dead, a work from Studio Engi, overall a rather new studio, being only 3 years old. So far we know it for Uzaki-chan, and not much else really. The directors, Kurihara Manabu, who did a few episodes of Bleach, and Shugo Chara as the art director. So far the character art itself is rather bright, and while none of the characters other than the idol and the detective seem to stand out much, there's definite care taken in the character art and the animation. The trailer itself seems to be rather fluid, cutting from one scene to the other, forcing us to look for potential character relationships, and already beginning to pose a mystery to us. Opens up with the static TV and then branches from there, giving us snapshots of the characters interacting with others, to the past and back to the present, starting motivations, as well as small little snippets of relationships they have with others, giving us our very first insight into the detective who's already dead just from the trailer. Now then, that was all for the first episode of Starring Gaze. Please like, subscribe and comment. I hope to see you again in a few days time for the first episode of Depth View.